Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Episode number 4 of the Friends of Fury podcast. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Case.
I am Forrest.
I'm Michael.
I'm Carl.
And today we have a very, very special guest, the voice of SWE, the man himself, Mr. Aaron Presley. Aaron, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. This is where you insert the clapping sound for everybody. Then thank you everybody. Yeah. Little sound effect action. Appreciate it. But no, I'm doing great. Great to be here with you guys. And I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. We sure do appreciate you taking time out of your day to come join us. Let's start with, give us a quick synopsis of your wrestling journey, what got you into it, and just anything you want to touch on.
Man, I'm kind of like a lot of people in the sense of when I was 8 years old, I was captivated by, just the entire presentation. I remember first being around the old LJN rubber toys, Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Me and my cousin would play with the two of them, and I didn't know who either one of them was, except that he wanted Hulk Hogan, and that which made me want Hulk Hogan, and that led me to finding wrestling. And before I know it, my dad took me to a live event, which was Saturday night's main event in Austin, Texas, right after Warrior won the title. But that was kind of my introduction to it. Never lost the love for it. Kind of pretty much just stayed up and obsessed with it. Everything I could touch and turn into to be about pro wrestling, I found a way to do it before I even knew anything about the inner workings of the nuts and bolts of the business. And then just never gave up the dream. I played college football, arena football, coached college football, and all the way, through all that, I was in love with it. So while I was playing arena football, I went to Waxahachie, Texas, where I trained with Killer Tim Brooks. And from there, I went and coached college football, got away from the business for a while. And then about 2011, I went full time, and I mean all the way. So, and ever since then, that's how it's been. So, that's my wrestling journey so far.
Right. Carl, what question did you have for Aaron?
Aaron, some may not know this, you talk about since 2011, but you actually have a training facility and a training school as well, correct? Yes. In wrestling, that you're training and helping SWE do some of their development talent.
Yes. Developing talent is something I really enjoy doing. Sometimes it helps to have somebody from the outside looking in with a sharp eye. Sometimes others can see things about ourselves that we don't see, and that happens more times than not. And I'm sure everybody in this group has experienced that in some way. And we just try to be, fill that role. And I say fill that role, there's a lot of instruments, incorporated with that. So everybody's different. We approach everybody different. But yeah, we, get everybody in wrestling, get them going through the basics, teach them how to lift weights, how to train. And then basically Dog Pound Dojo, we're affiliated with them, and they come down once a month, as well as Charlie Haas, and guys get really, really good training from the best in the world. So that I kind of become more, I'm more of their strength coach, and I help open the door to the best proper training you can receive. So that's kind of my role. And then, character development along the way, and whatever that may need for the talent.
Right.
Mike, what you got, man?
Aaron, the voice of SWE, man. I want to thank you again for coming on. Many of our viewers and many of us know you as just the voice of SWE. But I want to ask, was it obvious in terms of you getting into the business that was the role you were going to take? Were you looking at other opportunities to break in, or how did you come to that role?
Man, like, to be honest, like when I was growing up, if you'd asked me what I wanted to do, I just wanted to be Hulk Hogan. That was it. Whatever that entailed, I just wanted to be that. And, you get in the business and things go, and it doesn't, I'm living my dreams every single day. Okay. And sometimes that journey goes here or there, and you end up in positions that you never expect to be in physically. I kind of got chopped down. I also grew up in rodeo and rode bulls for a long, long time. Well, the last one I got on hurt me pretty bad. I don't know if you can see here kind of, but I'm all put back together and whatnot. So that for the longest, I didn't feel safe picking anyone up over my head. The last thing I want to do is injure anybody. And so you grow to fill other roles. As years went by, I was capable of competing in the ring again, and I did so. And that all went tremendously well. But, my gift is on that microphone. And what you see, I'm glad you enjoy it. But if you only knew, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So,
and you're the perfect person for that too. You get the crowd geared up and ready for the great show ahead of them, and you're awesome on the mic too. So that's perfect position.
One of the first things I had to learn, because when I started doing all this, I started announcing rodeo, and you do what you think it is. And then one of the hardest things I ever had to learn was to be myself, find your own voice. And I get really excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I get really, really excited about professional wrestling. And every moment that I'm out there, I know you probably heard Steve Austin say it, every bit of that's real to me. And every single moment I live, and I'm there in the here and now. But it's 100% real to me. I live it through my soul and my spirit. And I'll tell you, after a night of tapings like that, you're as drained as you can be, and physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, because you just pour everything you have into it. And that's just how I approach it. And when I kind of let the reins go, and I was like, just let it ride and go from your heart. And that's what you see right now. So.
Yeah. Just to piggyback on that, I've touched on it before in earlier episodes, but I think that's what makes SWE what it is, and why it has the rocket ship strapped to it right now is because it is authentic. Everybody in it lives it and breathes it, and you can feel it. Like when you come to a live show, you can feel the energy, you can feel the atmosphere, and everybody from top to bottom on the card, through the management, ownership, ring announcing, commentating, everything is like that. Everyone has that authentic, passionate drive. And I think that's what makes it special. It's that old school feel, that, that 90s, mid 90s, 80s feel. And that's why we're the hottest thing going right now. And you're a huge part of that, and you're a driving force in that. And we appreciate it.
Yeah, we are living in a moment in time right now, gentlemen. Okay. In my time in professional wrestling, never experienced anything like it. I've had a lot of success in professional wrestling all through the years. And this right now is a magical time. It's a magical company. We got Kevin Sullivan sitting under our roof. We got Teddy Long sitting under our roof. James Beard, Boogeyman, Charlie Haas, Rodney Mack, Jazz. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. And we're not under like Hall of Famers are your coworkers.
Yeah.
It's not for once a year, every single time. Like, I find myself having to pinch myself in that respect. I look around and I think, because you get comfortable in a working environment, and ever so often you're kind of like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Or you see something flash up from, the WWE Network or something on YouTube, and you're like, oh, those are my friends.
You're standing in the ring with Kevin Nash or a Boogeyman or something. It doesn't happen every day. So this is going to be, this is one of the fastest growing organizations, today, I think.
I stood in there looking. That it is funny you said that. Kevin Nash, I had a moment, and I thought, man, he's tall. Like that guy is so tall. Like, and I'm like, there's Teddy Long. And we're like, we're the only ones in the ring. Like, the little kid inside of it,
Yes.
you got to pinch yourself, but those are the moments that really let you know that your hard work is,
Paying off.
yeah, when you get in this business, I know my initial thing was I just wanted to earn the respect of everybody I respected. And, to sit there and be able to shake hands or share a cold beer at times with, the guys that we look up to and that have contributed so much to this business that we all love so much. And it's a magical thing. But back to Kevin Nash, I thought that guy's so tall. How on earth? This is my thought. How on earth did Shawn Michaels kick that guy in the chin? Like I thought, I know how tall Shawn is. I've never seen how tall Kevin Nash is that close. But that was my thought in the moment. Fun times, good times.
Yeah.
To add to your statement earlier, you said you get excited a lot, and it really add to a new fan. Like we had stated in earlier episodes, our first show was Carthage. And when your first impression is Aaron Presley about to blow a blood vessel, screaming about how excited he is, it just gets you pumped. You're like, oh my God, he's excited, I'm excited. So it's really a testament to how excited you are for the product. It had us in instantly, and I can only applaud you for it.
It's one of those things that you can feel that energy. And when professional wrestling is done properly and the right players are on the field, I like to treat pro wrestling kind of like Jim Ross talks about, like a football team.
Yeah.
And when you put the right players on the field, you score that touchdown, like that's a magical feeling. And a lot of people can get some of the mixture right, but when it's time to put the sugar in the cake, they end up putting salt in it. It doesn't turn out the same, so when you see the guys like make it happen the proper way and the crowd react, like this is professional wrestling. I'm saying, it reminds me of the 90s or the 80s. Like professional wrestling done right, it's been around for a long time. And that's what's so special about handing it down and sitting under those learning trees, because that's how it makes it through the years, and that's why it's so important to give back that knowledge, because you think I say Kevin Sullivan a lot just because, man, it's just forever. I just don't remember a time where he wasn't the man in some way, and when there's no more Kevin Sullivan, that knowledge goes away, and he's here wanting to pass that on to everybody at this company. And man, you just right place, the right time. How lucky can you be to sit under that learning tree, as well as Teddy Long, as well as anybody else?
Right.
I know myself, I've sat up with some of the superstars, just about the sun come up, just listening. Just want to hear these stories, and it's not guys that are still have yet to make it. These are the guys that we all grew up looking up to and inspired us to be sitting here right now talking about the sport that we love so much. So it's a neat thing, and we've only just begun. So hold on tight.
No doubt. Forrest, you had a question you want to ask?
Yes, sir. So you do something before each show that I think all of us here that love and respect, showing love to the military and personnel. So I was just wondering how that came about.
The honest truth is, Aaron Watson is a country music singer. You all know who Aaron Watson is? Okay.
Yep.
Pretty well known in Texas. And he's a A+ genuine human being if you ever get an opportunity to be around him. And the first time I ever saw him live, he did the same thing. And it was one of the most powerful things that I experienced, in a live event situation. I thought, how amazing is that to just pause for that moment and not just say, hey, thanks to everybody. Tell every single person who has put their life on the line and gone off and served this country to give us the opportunity to sit here and not only talk about this, but to be able to go to Lubbock, Texas, and to be able to go back to Irving and do all these things. So we don't ever lose sight of that, as well as for our first responders, which September 11th, when we get to Hamilton, Texas, we're going to make that a very special night. So
That's awesome.
that's where I got it. I got it from Aaron Watson, and it's one of them things that, to me, all this is sports, and we're going to thank and love our military and everybody that does those things. And then we're going to have the national anthem. And if we don't have the national anthem, it's going to be America the Beautiful or something, but we're going to show our love. And that's just the way it's going to be.
That was another thing. Like I had said, first show with Carthage, and that was several months ago. And that was kind of a time where America was having kind of some iffy moments. And to have you say, everyone that please serve, please stand up, and for you to thank every individual. It was really powerful. Like you had said, it's a powerful thing, and we do appreciate it.
It feels good.
Every time, every show that we've been to, it's special.
Definitely
We appreciate it.
And that's the least we can do.
Right.
That's the least we can do. And
I can tell you there's a fan, and he cries. I watch him. He's been to pretty much every show we have, and he cries every time you do that, and he stands, because it means a lot to him that I know it does, that you're doing that. And we, like I said, we do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
I had more of a lighthearted question. Have you ever mispronounced someone's name while ring announcing and then gotten in trouble? Not in trouble, but
I can do better than that. I got one better than that. I've been one of the guys that's been fortunate enough to make this my living for a long time and been able to do this. And you do a lot of traveling. You go to different states. And one night we just crossed the border, and we had been in Marshall, Texas, and did a big press conference thing at Patterson Dodge. Well, the next weekend we're in Patterson, Louisiana, and I got my wires got twisted, I guess. So I'm like, Patterson, Texas, how we doing on a Saturday night? Well, it was Friday. And it was Louisiana, and all I hear is some guy in the crowd go, "You're in Louisiana, dumbass," and I was like, "Oh, give me a mulligan on that one." It had been a long week, but that was a good one. I try to stay on top of stuff. For the longest, I always kind of ran my own company, so I'm always been behind the scenes and stuff. I in no way think I'm the best ring announcer there is. I could pick a handful of other guys that I think, man, this guy's really, really good, really, really good. I'm kind of a utility player, and this is where I need to be on the field right now. So that's what we're going to do. And it's just, it helps to be close to the product as well, as just kind of help move the show along, and that's kind of where I can fit in as well. So,
Aaron, as fans, we sit around and we talk about how great the show is, and obviously we're huge supporters. You're backstage and you're with the talent and you're with upper management. From your perspective, what sets SWE apart from the competition? I mean, what has elevated SWE to just the incredible level that it's at?
It's one thing to see a legend at a show, at an indie show, right? And you go do the meet and greet thing, and that's one time, and you see it once. The difference to me is the caliber of locker room, and these guys are riding for the brand. They are all in SWE. When they go other places, they're SWE, and that's a big deal, and it makes you proud to be a part of that team, because when you see the real deal, people in this business loving this stuff, it's contagious, and I think that's the main thing. I've never seen so much legitimacy on the same page. And knowing that there's so much more to come, it's just, you hear people say it all the time, that don't get fixated on the journey, but don't get fixated on the ending or whatever, the destination, enjoy the journey. We're in a situation where guys enjoy this journey. This is going to be one of them things that resurrects professional wrestling, not just in Texas or Louisiana, but the entire South and hopefully the entire country. And a lot of people are seeing what we're doing, and there'll never be another time like this. So it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. And I think a great representation of that is Moonshine getting a couple opportunities on AEW. Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with him and what that means?
You just want to see your buddies, everybody, you want to see them all achieve their dreams. You know, there's a lot of hard work that goes in to professional wrestling, and there's a lot of great professional wrestlers, a lot of great athletes that are putting all they have into this, and some who didn't even grow up as wrestlers, who went to the NFL or the NHL or Major League Baseball or whatever the case may be, and found wrestling that way. You know, so there's more competition than ever. So seeing somebody like Moonshine, who has worked for a long time, guys, let me tell you, a long time, you can't help but pull for him. That's all I gotta say. You know, you just can't help but pull for him, and that applies to everybody. We just want to all do our best, because we're writing the history books right now. So everything that's happening right now, no different than back once upon a time, World Class Championship Wrestling. You know, welcome to the present once again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and one day everybody's going to be sitting around and sitting on their porch and sitting around doing podcasts talking about this day and age. So what an incredible time to be a wrestling fan. You know, so,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But
So, go ahead.
just want to see everybody do good. That's it.
Right.
So,
Hey, Aaron, every week or two on your Facebook, SW Facebook or internet, we're bringing in new talent. Tokyo Monster Kahanis is coming in. Lance Hoyt, our Archer, Lance Archer is coming in. And what do you take on these two individuals, and what do you see SWE? I know it's continuing to grow, but the talent coming in, what do you think about these?
It's like being on an MVP NFL team. That's what it feels like. You know, everywhere you look, it's the who's who, and they're hungry. You know, there's nobody taking it easy, nobody taking off a match. You know, there's none of that. There is legitimate competition, and everybody brings it. And Cahagas coming in, you know, he's a former champion of the world. You know, that says enough right there, I think. And
Right.
as well, being one of the most physical athletes in the professional wrestling, he's going to fit right in. you know,
I've seen him a couple of times, and you're right. He's going to be awesome.
Yep, he's going to fit right in. Having Jacob Fatu around, wow, you know, it doesn't get no better. You know, and then who's the other name?
Chavo Guerrero too.
Chavo coming in, absolutely. I mean,
You're right.
You talk about an instant classic going to happen right now.
Legendary.
Yeah, that'll be one books. So get your popcorn ready. You know,
Yes.
Right.
So I say it's safe to say that your face is healed from the slap from Rodney Mack.
Oh yeah, you know, I've got a little bit of jawticular toothositis, you know, from it, but I think I'm going to be okay. The neck brace. Luckily, I didn't have to wear a neck brace for longer than a 2-week period, and I'm back to speaking full sentences again, and I should be good.
Aaron, on a personal note, what would you say to somebody watching that wants to break into the wrestling business but doesn't know how, but they have that hunger within them? What would you say to them?
I'd say find a reputable school. Nowadays it's easier than ever with the benefit of social media and the internet and whatnot. Find a reputable school and go and get ready to die, because that's how we do it here. You break them down, you build them up. And there's a reason everybody has so much respect that's paid their dues, because some dues are paid pretty hard.
Yeah.
So.
Aaron Case, our partner here, actually did the tryout camp one time, and now has a new
Whole new respect for it, huh?
Oh
Yes,
my God.
yes.
I took a bump and I got
Yeah.
up, had to pretend like it didn't hurt, no shoulder.
Yeah.
And then when I got back in the car, I'm like, ah.
Yeah, your body's not made to do all that, and when you get there,
160 pounds of meal is not enough.
then that ring's not a trampoline, and our
No,
made to smack on it. It creates a whole new respect for it when you take a little bump ski there and scramble your eggs. It makes you really appreciate what these guys put themselves through and get up and keep going.
Without a doubt. I went to the next show every time they fell.
Even just walking up and touching that ring, in person and feeling, hey, this is the real deal. Someone that's never, had any experience or been to a live show, walk up and touch that ring, and you'll quickly realize that,
Ain't no joke.
this is for real.
That's
the
for real. Yep.
Aaron, my man, I gotta ask, do you have any favorites right now in SWE? Anyone you really got your eye on?
Man, it's hard not to pay attention to the real world champion, Charlie Haas. What's happening right there, he is the best wrestler in the world, and we're getting a front row seat for him. Just making history day by day. And how often do you get to say you're around the best wrestler in the world? And the resume is intact, and we're adding to it every single day through SWE. And it's just amazing to see what's happening with them in Privilege. That they're a dangerous group. And but and sometimes I got to get a little too close to the fire, if you know what I mean. I get burned, so my beard gets burned a little. But being right there, seeing all this happening and watching the feud unfold with Max and Moonshine, here recently, we're seeing the real thing happen. Like I say, I don't lightly say that we're writing history books. We are. This is it, and just try to enjoy every bit of this.
Really quickly before we start closing this up, what are your thoughts on the War Kings? We instantly, all of us loved them, and we can't wait to see what they do with OMGs. But what are your thoughts on them?
Man, Crimson something else. Godzilla himself, Jack Stank, and swat a 16 out of the sky, if you know what I mean. These guys are larger than life. They are. It's like, they're monsters, and being right next to him, you realize, man, this guy is like as big as it gets, as well as being as athletic as an NFL running back, and they can do anything. If these guys wanted to, if they get their hands on you, they could break you in two. And there's just a certain type of feeling you get around guys like that. And whenever they're clicking on all cylinders, I think sky's the limit for Crimson and Jack Stank. So
absolutely, can't wait to see it. Well, we sure do appreciate it. You joining us. Any last announcements, thoughts, anything you want to get out there for the world?
Well, man, I got a little announcement. We're going to be coming to a town near you with a house show. Absolutely. And maybe you can tell us a little bit more of that and a specific date. But I'd like to break the news right now. But we're going to have a live professional wrestling show at Groveton at the Centerville ISD. And we're going to go. And I'm just going to say this. I hope y'all have a great insurance policy, because we're going to blow the roof of that building you got there and that last a lifetime, and you know, just no different than how wrestling, you know, we're going to get to the people that we can't reach through the television right now, and that we can't reach through in the bigger markets. Where SWE is going to do whatever it takes to reach all the wrestling fans, and that's exciting. A lot of community outreach coming, and in towns, you never know. We could be right in your town, and we're going to be in your town. So get ready, guys. It's going to be a fun experience, and who knows who may show up. So
absolutely. November 6th, Centerville ISD is going down. SWE Fury is going to bring that heat to us, and we sure do appreciate it. Aaron, thank you so much, guys. Any last words for Aaron?
Man, I just want to make sure you keep your face safe from privilege. So just maybe wear a mask next time. Be careful.
Yep. Maybe a football helmet. Maybe that.
Aaron, thanks so much for joining us out of your busy day working out, and we will see you Saturday in Lubbock.
I'll see you guys there, and let me just say that how much we appreciate everything that you guys are doing, being so proactive, and through your love and support of professional wrestling and SWE Fury. We, on behalf of everybody in the company, as one of the board of directors for the company, just want to say thank you to you guys, and we truly appreciate everything that you're doing and shining such a positive light, being such a great ambassador for SWE Fury and everybody there. So thank you so much from all of us, bottom of our hearts. So thank you, guys.